Welcome to Low Budget Reviews of Metroid. This is Ronmower along with Ravenous Spectre and Tibbs.
Yes.
Greetings and salutations to you all.
One of my favorite NES games.
Yes, and we're doing this special because it is a special low budget review. It's the 30th anniversary of this game's release in North America.
Wow.
30 smackery dackery doodly doos.
Yep. Now
That's
last
right.
year.
30 years of kicking ass.
Yep. Now 30 years. The 30th anniversary last year it was in Japan, but as it says right there, 86. But in America, it was released on August 15th, 1987. Unless GameFAQs and Wikipedia is wrong, but whatever.
Man, I was 2 or 3 years old when this thing came out. Lord have mercy.
I was
a newborn baby.
I was about to be. I was about to be 8. Yeah, and I never beat this game legit to this day. I always had to cheat. And I apologize. I have to listen to this music first before we get started.
Oh, it's so good.
No, you guys can talk. I just want to still play.
Well, it's good to know that Nintendo ended up announcing Metroid Prime 4, Metroid Prime 4 coming to the Switch. I'm definitely interested to know we're going to get our first gameplay footage of that. Because the funny thing is, when it deals with me and Metroid, I never really played a whole lot of Metroid. You know, it's kind of like the way it is with me and Mega Man, but I actually have more interest in Metroid than I do in Mega Man. I can't even remember the ones that I played. I did play the first one some. I also played some of Metroid Prime 1 and 2 a bit on the original Wii, because I actually ended up getting it on the Wii U, I believe, because they released it on the Wii U on the eShop for the original Wii. And the thing that kind of got to me was the daggone motion controls, man. I was just like, oh gosh, I just want to use a freaking Pro Controller or something, just use a controller.
I actually felt that aiming with the Wiimote was actually very precise, but that's me.
Yeah, that's probably something I'd have to actually get used to.
This is one of my favorite series. I have played and beaten every one with the exception. I didn't play Hunters or Federation Force, but those are kind of like side games. But I've played and beaten each one except for the second one on the Game Boy. I never really played that, which is one of the reasons I'm so glad they're remaking it for the 3DS, and I just pre-ordered it the other day.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to end up picking that up on day one because I really want to experience that, because I never played the original one on the original Game Boy. It's like I can just count on one hand about how many of the Metroid games that I played, and I've never even completed one of them. Matter of fact, a friend of mine that I went to college with was playing Metroid Prime 1 or 2 or both of them or something like that. He actually completed them. I watched him complete them. I didn't see him go through the entire game. But I was like, gosh, man, I wish I had a GameCube. I'd be able to actually play this, back in like the early 2000s before they finally discontinued the Game Boy sometime. The GameCube sometime later on, and I didn't have a chance for me to pick one up. But finally, they ended up releasing it on the original Wii, and that gave me a chance to go after it a bit.
Jeez, Ronnie, you're blazing through this game.
Yeah, man. What, you cheating all the way through it?
I already got the various suits.
You gotta get good, Ronnie. Come on, man. Get good.
I'll get good by cheating. And you guys saw this coming. Narpa Sword, the ECW mode. This is where ECW mode was born on the S2K. In 2009, I got tired of losing.
That's the music in the game right here.
My personal favorite is either the first criteria, whatever section you're at the beginning of the game, criteria, or Norfair. And this one's pretty good too, though. Someone posted a comment, I think, on Facebook saying the soundtrack in Metroid creeped him out when he was a kid, and I can see that. This music does sound a little creepy in Norfair too, and Tourian, but man, the soundtrack is great. And
the thing about this game, one of my favorite things about this game, it frustrates me, but at the same time, it's really cool, is that there is no map in this game.
Yeah.
So that can be very frustrating because the graphics are so simple. One room does look like another, but at the same time, you feel really accomplished when you find your way around this place.
Right.
So I got a quick question for you guys. I don't know if you've played it or not, because I've yet to actually really give it a shot. I got it for, I think, like $2 or $4 or something, maybe about, I don't know, a year ago, and it's Metroid Other M on the original Wii. A lot of people hated it, but like, I was just, I don't know. I mean, like, I guess I wanted to get some type of, personal opinion from somebody that I know to try to give me an idea of why it is bad like it is.
Okay.
Rant time.
Do you have any personal attachment to the series? Like, does it mean a lot to you?
Honestly, no, I don't have any real personal attachment since I've never really played too much of the series.
Then you might be okay, whereas I was personally offended by that game.
Okay.
All I heard... say is the story, the way they portray Samus totally goes against everything about her character, and that's bad enough, but there's also a part of the game that is so... It was so confusing I had to look up what to do, and the people who wrote the walkthroughs I looked at even said, yeah, the game never tells you this. I won't say what it is, because I don't want to spoil anything in case you play it, but it's technically sound, it's an alright game, but like I said, and if it's your very first Metroid game, then okay, but if you're familiar with Samus, you're familiar with the universe that she's in, it's dog shit.
Yeah, I've heard that some of the reasons was that the guy or something that she's talking to on her headset is supposed to be some type of love interest or something like that, and nobody ever expected Samus to be having any type of love interest in the game. She's supposed to be like this badass bounty hunter kind of chick, and go ahead.
Commander Malkovich, I never really got the vibe like they were supposed to be, like he was her love interest. He's her commander, and that's wrong right there, because Samus doesn't have a commander. She's a lone bounty hunter who gets hired for these jobs. You know, don't get me started, man.
Well, let's get started with something cool here. This is where ECW Mo was born.
We're playing a good game here.
Yeah.
This is where ECW Mo was born, on ST2K.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that was my favorite LP to do on that channel. And I did not know about the NARPA sword code until I did that LP in 2009, and Green told me.
Then there's the classic Justin Bailey.
Yep. Pwned. Pwned. Of course, because I'm cheating, but still. All right, so let's get out of here. And
we don't have 3 years.
Dang it. What the? Man, not me back in there. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we got 3 years.
Yeah, enemies can follow you through doors and still hit you.
Yeah, that is cheap. You can turn to a ball, though, and avoid that, but still. All right, now.
Some funky stuff with this game.
We're in Norfair here. This soundtrack is cool. Or this track. CW.
God, I want to play this myself now.
CW. Yeah,
I guess one of the things I'd really get close to with playing this is finally giving Axiom Verge a shot when it finally comes out to a physical release on PS4 later this year.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah, I actually pre-ordered the Multiverse edition. I can't talk about edition. And that I played it on the Wii U, and it is a fantastic game. Considering it was made by literally one person over the course of like 5 years, makes it even more amazing.
Yeah, especially he did like everything in it. It's crazy, dude. Yeah,
and I am on the verge of beating this game here.
Yes, indeed, especially with all the cheats.
Right.
I beat this game when I was like 1 year old, and I didn't even know faggy cheat codes, Ronnie.
Right. Yeah. It's not just about funny face. Get, shrug shoulders. Get, F you. Swindog would do something like that, because he would make fun of people with face impressions. He would do just like that. Get. The ice beam.
Yeah, as a kid, I don't remember if I ever fully beat the game. I know I saw it beat, because I knew what the ending looked like. But when it came on the Wii's Virtual Console, like 10 years ago, however long it was, one night I sat down. No maps, or anything like that. Like, okay, I'm gonna beat this sucker. It took me, I think, maybe 6 or 7 hours to do it, because I wanted to do it in one sitting. But I did it.
Right. Yeah, I never did. I mean, I think even when I use a code to get straight to Mother Brain, I could not beat Mother Brain. I mean, I just could not. And this game is much more challenging than Super Metroid.
The Mother Brain fight in this game, I don't think is that hard, but in the Game Boy Advance remake of this, Zero Mission, my god, is it hard. At least it was for me.
Yeah, I never played that game. I know it's a remake, but I gotta check it out. At least check it out on YouTube.
It's a remake done right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it's a remake. I just didn't really. I've seen like some footage of it, but never watched the whole thing.
what is this, Trailer Park Boys?
What do you mean?
Oh, I was hoping you'd get that. Bubbles.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if there's actual bubbles floating around, maybe I don't know if you just said space talking space weed. The high jump boots. Hopefully, those not the flight boots in Xanadu.
Man, because you have this code, you're like getting stuff in the most random order.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm playing a randomizer.
Yeah, this is not a walkthrough.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Oh, well, I've gotten comments in the past in low budget reviews. This ain't a review. You're just talking through it. Yeah, but still, it's a combination of a review, let's play. In the end, we give our review and rating.
Hey, be thankful, folks, because we're 10 minutes in and we haven't actually talked about wrestling yet. So you're getting more gaming-related stuff this time.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know who Samus looks like? Alexa Bliss.
I say, Tibbs, you jinxed it. I can see that, though. I can see or Charlotte being, because she's kind of a bigger, muscular woman.
Yep.
Or
Not-
what's her face? Who's that other one with the muscles that no one likes? I can picture her, but I can't think of her name.
Currently?
Gosh.
The blonde.
Charlotte's the only blonde I can think of.
I know what you're
Think of her
saying.
name.
Natalia?
No, 'cause everyone loves her.
I don't know who. Everybody hates Nia Jax, but I don't know who else they hate.
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank here.
I'm not either. It's like it's on the tip of my tongue, but I cannot remember her name to save my life.
Oh, yes, I know you're talking about too. She was Charlotte's lackey,
Yeah.
Dana Brooke.
Yeah, there you
Yes,
go.
her,
Yeah.
Dana Brooke.
Right
Yeah.
before he said it, I thought of the name, and then he said it, and I'm like, oh, crap, there it is.
That's right. I forgot her name too. I couldn't think of it. I was like, what the? Oh, jeez. Oh, whoa! Look at this, Billy Mitchell's hot sauce. It don't hurt you there. All right, and now we're getting the lower parts of Norfolk. Whoa, Apodox now.
Yeah, really.
Is Skip
Oh, God,
Rogers
that
next
is
to you telling you where to go?
What's that?
Is Skip Rogers near you telling you where to go?
Nuh-uh. Oh, jeez, man, I'm tired of these seahorses. Yeah, when I was a kid, I was frustrated. Like when you die, you lose all your energy, but Super Metroid, you get the same energy you had when you last saved. I called the Nintendo Consumer Service Department, and I was complaining about that. I said, man, why can't I start the game with full energy like you can't Super Metroid? Well, sir, it's a different game. Yeah, but man, come on.
Just get good.
Yeah.
I keep thinking, why doesn't he have any extra energy tanks this far into the game? And then I remember, you don't need them.
Right, yeah. Oh, dang it.
Dropping down, when you're actually playing the game legit, wink wink, dropping down into one of those pits there is the worst feeling in the world.
Right, yeah. Someone was doing a no-hit run years ago, and they fell into one of those lava pits, but they quickly jumped out real quick to where it caused technically no damage.
Holy crap. That's
And then the person just stopped for 5 seconds and then played again. You can tell behind the screen, they were like, geez, that was close.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you're doing a live stream. Holy crap.
Yeah.
And if you're trying 100% this game, I mean, there's missiles all over the place. I forget the exact number. It's pretty taxing. I don't think I've ever 100%ed it myself.
I've had a hard time 100%ing Super Metroid. It took me 5 hours my live stream.
Jeez.
And I had help in the chat room because I forgot. And they were like, look at the map, pull up the map. And then okay, go there. Nope. And then finally figured it out. And dang it, there's a dead end. Really? You gonna make me go all the way back?
Oh, jeez. Oh, there we go.
Here we go, Lower Norfair.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that kind of got to me about original Nintendo titles was the fact that just the way the technology would act sometimes with the hit detection with enemies, like your character would just disappear and then reappear back on screen again.
Yeah.
That kind of happened a lot with Shinobi.
Don't you love it?
Oh, yeah. Not really, but yeah. I go ahead and I'll agree on it from a purely nostalgical standpoint.
Yeah. I love it, dadgummit. Oh, look at all these red mashed potatoes down here.
Yep.
Nice, a missile. I love that
When you
autumn
fully get
fanfare
one-
music.
It doesn't matter.
Whoa, wait a minute. What
What
the?
this?
What happened?
What happened?
What? How'd I fall down there? How'd I fall down there? What the heck is going on? What? Good God, Keegan, she's stuck. So somebody get down there, damn it, help her. She's stuck in the lava.
She's drowning alive.
How'd they get down? What was that?
Good thing you can't get hurt.
Seriously, okay, there are invisible floors, false floors. What's this, Simon's Quest? BS. I thought it was a glitch that happened. I thought it would start over, man.
Like when you were playing, was it TM&T the arcade game, and you got like glitched out? At the front
Yeah,
of
because like Shredder used that lightning or whatever it was, and had ECW mode, and you're supposed to respawn, but I couldn't because I'm invincible, and so I got stuck. I said, man, forget this. I didn't use save states either. I said, I'm not starting over tonight. I'll finish it tomorrow, the next day.
Dang.
All right, these freaking
they look so depressed.
Yeah,
steroids here. Oh, what the heck? Oh man, that's another dead end. Jeez.
Whoa!
All right, here we go. Yeah.
Them transitions.
Fight with Ridley.
What's up, Ridley? Do a little trick right here. Even if you, this is not cheating. It's just a strategy.
Ridley's Believe It or Not.
Ridley has
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
If you get the wave beam, you can just annihilate him from the bottom.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? I have all the weapons here. I don't know why I don't have the wave beam. That's weird, but whatever.
You can
Shoot her
only
in the
have
coochie.
an ice beam or the wave beam. You can't have them both in this game.
Ah,
That sucks.
that's the technical. I mean, that's the loophole.
Yeah.
The technicality. Finish
No
him.
code can
Technicality.
Jeez, Ronnie, you're gonna run out of missiles. Oh wait.
Right. Man. Oh, I tore up his feet.
Oh,
I love
ECW.
I love the sound of missiles hitting them.
Here's another strategy right here. Just
You do
stand there
without cheating.
and hit you.
Your health's
Yeah.
not going down. Either your missiles, you're still cheating.
Yeah.
still firing off one extra.
There you go.
Explosion.
All right, now this takes 10 missiles to open.
I believe when you beat Craig and Ridley, you get like 70-something, 60, 70 missiles just for beating them.
Cool. All right, over here, you get another E-tank.
How in the world would you get over there?
There's like a floor right there. Some of that is covered by a floor.
Well, by
Yeah.
the time you get to Ridley, you should have a lot of stuff at your disposal.
Right, yeah. All
Like
right,
you
so
do
now,
mysteriously.
yeah, we're heading toward
What are you
Tourian.
doing?
Yeah, what the heck is this? It looks like as if I'm using someone else's footage. But anyway,
Huh.
open up the gate
Well,
to Tourian.
man, this video is getting rather long, Clay.
Yeah,
Turians from the
right.
Mass Effect series?
Why'd the screen shrink? But anyway,
Yeah, what happened?
here we are, Tourian.
This is
Ronnie's
their
got to
main
get gooder with his
review.
screens.
Ronnie's got a gun.
Everybody run, including the Metroids.
Yeah.
Wham, 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 wham.
I like this music right here, but in Super Metroid and Tourian, the music sounds like someone's upset stomach.
Eee, that's nasty.
Dang, 10 hits. Come on. In Super Metroid, the yellow doors take a power bomb to open. Freaking Cheerios. Now, where are these Cheerio bullets coming from? They're coming from like the abyss. Like I don't get. They're not even
bullets.
coming. They're not even coming from a turret or a gun. It's like just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I guess because Mother Brain just can think of a bullet out of the blue and then come towards you.
One of the interesting things about this final battle is how you approach her from the left, which is something you didn't see a lot in games back then.
Yeah.
Or you approach her from the right, going left, I should say.
Well, you do approach Mr. X from the left in Streets of Rage 1.
That's true, and I think maybe Kung Fu as well. That guy was Mr. X too.
Yeah, right? And Mr. X in Mega Man 5. I mean, 6. Alright. Whoa!
It was me all along, Mega Man.
The deadly SpaghettiOs have been. We should let that deadly SpaghettiOs run out. actually.
Right.
Every time I see
Never
those
mind.
blocks on the side, I think of I want to be the guy.
Oh, yeah. Man, imagine
Brains
Metroids really existed.
They might. Who's to say for sure?
Right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Only time will tell. Wait, that made
Well,
no sense.
if they do, we know what to do with them. Just grab your ice beam and your missiles or bombs, and you're fine.
But what if you don't have those?
Well, then just
Then you gotta get good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Ronnie, doesn't it?
we'd have to like probably go through the government to get some type of ice beam.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
The Metroid Apocalypse. Oh, there. Oh, good God! It lasted itself on her.
She's getting sucked off. Oh God Almighty! She don't get it.
I think they use it to freeze the economy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Getting close. I know. I love the atmosphere of this place.
All right.
It just
Whoa.
it's almost. I don't remember if the manual said Mother Brain. I think it might have, because kind of like with the Zelda manual, you knew that Ganon was who you were fighting, but like, what does he look like? What does he look like? And then when you finally enter that room, you're like, oh shit.
Well, in the intro screen right there, it says destroy Mother Brain, the mechanical life vein.
Right. And the interesting thing about this is that you don't see her when you first enter the room. So that makes it even more suspenseful. Like, you can tell you're there because it's different. But when you finally see her, you're like, whoa. At least back then you were like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. It was like Keanu Reeves. Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and a WWF parody of Metroid, you fight Bobby the Brain. You play as Gorilla Monsoon. And Gorilla Monsoon, look, Gorilla Monsoon's getting hit right here. Ow, will you stop? The other bosses you fight is Jesse Ventura and what other heel commentator was around at the time? I don't remember.
Tony Schiavone.
Oh, jeez.
Shawn Michaels was for a while. He was like commentary for a bit. He was still kid.
Yeah.
No, I got it. Ron Bartlett.
Oh, jeez, Ron Bartlett. He lasted like that first year. That was it. And Mother Brain would be Luna.
Oh Lord.
Let me tell you something,
Samus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna murder you.
Saber.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Smoking 50 packs of cigarettes a day.
Yeah.
I can't imagine doing a no-hit run of this fight.
I can't either.
Yeah, I've seen people do it. It's crazy. I mean, some people might say, "Oh, it's tool assist," and no, some people can do it, but it's hard. You gotta be very talented in this game. Like, you just
Have
gotta
you
be
ever
someone.
watched STDQ? It's where people they'll speed run games in front of an audience. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
on
seen
Twitch. Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's called Good Games Done Quick.
Yeah, those people are talented.
Yeah.
'Cause, man, I'd be nervous and probably choke doing that in front of an audience. I mean, and you're doing it for charity and everything. If you fail, that's embarrassing.
Yep.
This one guy did I Want to Be the Guy in like 40 minutes. Like, are you sick, man?
Wow. Yeah.
That is nuts.
And there's haters. Oh, he has no life, and he, no, shut up. He's good. Don't be a hater. Don't be a David hater.
Indeed. Ah, David Hayter. Ah.
I didn't notice for years that she's got an eye in the front.
Yeah.
It's like an eye.
Yeah, it's kind of like the brain versus the heart in Contra. The Mother Brain's much harder.
You ever see this fight and then think of her dinosaur body from Super
Yeah.
Metroid?
Yeah. It's just like the heart in Contra starts beating faster the more damage it takes. Oh, jeez.
Lord have mercy. Is there any way to blow up those turrets?
Yeah, I think you can.
Nope. I don't think so.
I think you can freeze them or shoot with a missile. I guess no, I guess not. I'm thinking the Cheerios. You can like kill those.
Yeah. I kill Cheerios every morning.
Yeah.
On the toilet. Without notice.
Jeez, who knew a brain was so resilient?
Yeah, I know, especially with the thingy busted open, their glass case. Ooh,
I
that's
just pictured a Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat!
Like when you deliver the death blow, she goes, "Oh."
Oh yeah. Oh.
Sounds like a common WWE crowd nowadays. They'll
Great.
say anything.
You fulfilled your mission, but it may be invaded by the other Metroid.
Gotta love that English.
So is this a part where she ends up standing there in the bikini? Isn't there some type of code you have to put in after? Never mind.
I think I beat it at a certain time.
Yeah, you have to be
There she is. Yeah.
Whoa!
It's like, oh my God, Samus is actually a face now. Oh,
Samus got titties.
she got titties. Yeah, exactly.
I was playing the girl the whole time. Jeez.
Staff.
It's that staff.
Scenario written, worst case scenario written by Kano from Mortal Kombat.
What kind of name is GPZ?
Tanaka.
The GPS. He's the inventor of the GPS.
Sobajima. Zengoku. In Shiotana. In
I love the
Haudai.
credits at the end of the original Zelda because it's no one's real names. So you have stuff like Maru Maru and stuff like that. 10.
Yeah, didn't they do that at the end of the original Castlevania? Or it was one of the Castlevanias where it ended up showing other names.
Yeah,
that
Bram Stoker, Boris Karloff's.
Yep.
Gunpei Yokoi.
Yep.
Ooh.
Inventor of the Game
Father of
Boy.
the Game Boy.
Yep.
Yep. Rest in peace.
Yep. Yeah, I never got surprised. I never got
Spectre's
surprised
typing
back
all
then.
this out.
Yeah. On the teleprompter in Bruce Amati. And my tiny little nipples went to France.
That was my favorite scene out of that entire movie.
Yeah, I think mine too. Everybody, all of us in theaters were laughing.
Yeah, I love
Just bust out. I was almost was in tears. Like literally, my eyes were getting watery because I was laughing so hard. That's the end of this review. God bless and take care. Oh wait, no, our final thoughts.
I do the cha-cha like a sissy boy.
Yeah. And all right, so low budget reviews of Metroid, and I've done Metroid a lot on YouTube. I did it in 2009. Oh, now did in 2008. It was one of the Let's Plays I didn't finish, but it's still up. But I did finish it on the S2K in 2009, and then I did a live stream of it. What was it? New Year's Day, and yeah. So and then I do another video of it here, and yeah. So it was a special occasion, the 30th anniversary. 30 years of ECW. Metroid is one of those games that is timeless. It will never get really old or outdated, so to speak. And it's like you always go back to it. There's some games, like when I was a kid, I enjoyed playing WrestleMania for NES. Now, no. But Metroid, yes, I always go back and play it. Now, I always go back and play Mega Man 2, Contra, Super Contra. The appeal never gets old. Metroid is one of those games. And that soundtrack. I remember arguing with somebody in high school. I said, yeah, the game when you first start Metroid, you know, the first part of the game, that's pretty cool. He goes, no, man, that music's stupid. I'm like, no, it's not. What? And so I got into arguing with him about it. And, yeah, I love the soundtrack in this game. And like I said earlier, someone that complained, or not really complaining, they're just saying, man, that soundtrack creeped me out when I was a kid. And I was thinking, huh? But then I thought of Brinstar and Norfair and Lower Norfair, and then the part where you're about to fight Mother Brain. So I can see where the soundtrack is creepy, but it's still great. And, man, this game, in many ways, is kind of ahead of its time. And I was never good at these type games when I was little. And unfortunately, I was not surprised with the whole Samus is a female thing, because I didn't discover that until, like, I think I found out about it either through a magazine or through someone else that beat it before me. So I never got to experience that personally for myself, because that was back then when female characters virtually did not exist at the time. And so that was an awesome surprise. And I think there was a kind of a misconception back then. You know how people will call Link Zelda? I've heard of people calling Samus Metroid. So that's kind of funny. I might have been one of them, to be honest. I was one of those kids too that thought Link was Zelda. Yeah, I know. But yeah, Metroid, freaking epic. And even people that are not familiar with the series has heard of it. like, yeah, I've heard of Metroid. I've heard of the original Metroid. I heard it's good. And yep, it is definitely should be in the Video Game Hall of Fame if it's not. And yeah, I give this game a 9.5 out of 10. Tibbs?
Like I said, this is one of my favorite NES games, one of my favorite series of all time. And you get it might not seem like anything special now for people who haven't seen it before, but put yourself 30 years ago when there were mainly two types of big genres of games. You had your platformers and you had your RPG adventure type games. Metroid was the first one, to my knowledge, at least successfully, that merged the two, that created a great world for you to explore, but at the same time had the element of, okay, you go here to get this, that allows you to get here, to get that, and then you can go here. And virtually every platformer, to an extent, does that nowadays, and the whole Metroidvania thing. And I mean, this is one of those games. Any given night, and it has to be a game like this. I have to play after dark. It's great to play with the lights off. I have to do it all in one sitting. You start at the beginning, you work your way through, and it feels like an adventure because you're on this dark planet. You never know what's going to come your way, and it's that feeling you would get as a kid. It still exists today, and I'm in my 30s, and I still get that feeling when I play it. Just watching this footage makes me want to play it right now. I mean, that says it all. And the legacy still goes strong today. I'm so glad that Nintendo has not only not forgotten it, but is now double dipping and giving us 2 new ones. So it's a great time to be a Metroid fan. And who knows, maybe there'll be someone out there who sees this video and wants to play the game for the first time. That would be sweet. So I would give it, my heart and my nostalgia makes me want to give it a perfect 10. But if I look at it objectively, what's good about it and its flaws, I give it a good, solid 8 out of 10.
All right. Spectre?
Well, I guess kind of really, from my perspective, as I mentioned before, I hadn't really played too much of the Metroid series, but I do agree along the lines of what Tibbs was saying. It's really taken the whole adventure aspect and really just blowing it out of the park, if you will, especially back in the 80s when it seemed like things like that didn't really exist in terms of when it dealt with video games at that point in time. Just like the original Zelda did it the same way, where you could just have like this massive world to go and explore. And also the same way with like the whole Metroidvania thing as well, with like Castlevania, where you had to go to certain areas of the map in order to get certain items and abilities to get to certain other areas of the map as well. But instead of it just seeming like, okay, well, we're just going to start at point A and work our way to point B, like a side-scrolling kind of game. It was really felt like it was at that point in time, well, like an open world, like open worlds that we know today are just massive and beautiful and all this stuff. But back in the 80s, it was like it was a whole new ball game. And to be able to experience that, especially at a younger age, and be like, wow, I just feel like I can go everywhere in this game. Does this game ever really end? And in a way, it kind of didn't really feel like it, especially in our younger minds. And just going through and exploring all these things, it was really one of those games at the time that really just paved the forefront, I think, when it dealt with Metroidvania kind of games and just open world games in general, but really taking it from like a side-scrolling perspective. So definitely especially coming from like a nostalgic standpoint, I would definitely end up putting it at a 8 out of 10 because of the fact of just really paving the way for what games have come to today. And it's really good sometimes to be able to go back and experience older games to realize, hey, this is where we started out and look where we are today. And we should really just be really thankful, especially for publishers and developers of the past, be really thankful that they had the creativity to be able to come up with games like these and just evolve them into even better versions of what we know today.
Right.
So that's my 2 cents on it.
And what was your score?
8 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I think maybe the reason why I don't give it a perfect 10, it might be because the only gripe I already have for the game is when you start out with the regular gun or regular beam, you have to have the long beam before you can shoot across the screen. I thought that's kind of lame. Like, really? Why can't we just start out with a long beam? Like, in real life, a beam would go all the way across the screen, and I really hated that. I'm like, really? But everything else is pretty much perfect in the game. It is kind of cheap in terms of difficulty, like when you're in the doorway and you get hit. Like, really? But that's a minor gripe. Overall, the game is ECW.
It's
And-
definitely one of those games where when you start out, you feel kind of weak, especially if it's your first time playing. You die all the time. You can't find your way around. But then on repeated plays, the more you play, the more powerful Samus gets, the more you know the map. And by the end, when you have you know where everything is, you got all the missiles, all the energy, and you go and finally kick Mother Brain's ass. It's so satisfying. That's what gaming is.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You got to get good.
Yeah, exactly. And screw microtransactions for $60 games. I just have to get that little rant out there. No, it seems like that's what's happening with Shadow of War. I'm really looking forward to that game. Big Lord of the Rings fan, big open world fan. But screw microtransactions. There, I said it.
All right, there you go. And with that said, we're out of here. Happy 30th anniversary to Metroid. I'm Ronmower.
Adios.
I'm Tibbs.
God bless. Take care.
Yeah, that's right. America.
Woo!
Yeah. Hold my bear and cook me a steak.
Spring break, woo!